What if you died again and again and again, each time remembering the pain, each time growing stronger, each time chasing a dream everyone said was impossible? This isn't just another war story. It's a battle against fate, fear, and failure. Welcome to the endless loop of a man who refuses to die until he becomes a legend. A perfect stab, the blade's tip. I've seen it for the 17th time, my 17th death. If I had wielded the sword with just a bit more effort, if I had worked a bit harder, perhaps I wouldn't have died here. Do you really think that? Try struggling. Feel it properly, wait, and give up. The despair in front of a wall you cannot cross. Squad commander, you woke up immediately today. Rem, you have bugs in your boots. Damn it. Did you put it in? What kind of bullshit foolery is this? Shut up. I just saw it crawl in earlier. This is my 18th time seeing that bug's corpse. If I see it a few more times, will I be able to end this day? I've wielded a sword since I was young. I learned swordsmanship from a retired mercenary who coincidentally came to my village. Incredible, Encrid. If you're already this good, you can become a knight. I began to dream. Me, a knight. A knight who can slay 1,000 people by himself and change the dynamics of a battlefield. An invincible hero. The knight who can finish a war. We will call him the Knight of the End. I thought I was the protagonist of the song a wandering minstrel sang. Let's leave. Let's leave the village and become a knight. Did you see the newbie fall earlier? The coward who was scared of a mere stray dog dreams of becoming a knight? You aren't even good enough to be a free mercenary. I, who left the village and entered a mercenary corps, learned that my talent might be nothing special, but it was too early to give up from one failure. Hard work never betrays you. If I wasn't talented, I believed that with time and effort, I could overcome it all. I gained experience. I gained the strength and endurance to be acknowledged by those around me. I'm becoming stronger. I can become a knight. But that strong hope started to shatter. Is this how my hard work was all in vain? Is there really no way? I want to become a knight. Everyone may belittle me, saying it's a hopeless dream, but by spending several times less time on eating and sleeping than others, swinging, and swinging, one day, even if I can't become a knight, I can at least be an experienced soldier. 3 years later, the present, Cyprus Division, 4 companies, 4 platoons, and below that, 4 squads. I became the squad commander of a so-called second-rate squad, the best position I could achieve after my endless training. But still, being a regular soldier of the kingdom is better than a traveling mercenary. Hey Jackson, what is it? Do my morning duty rotation for me today. Repay me next time. Gosh, what a wicked, wild, cat-like bastard. Look how he stares at you. Rem, trying to push something onto me too. Heart of the Beast. I want to learn it again. Didn't you give up on trying to learn it last time? Do you think it'll work now? The Manhwa versus Aspen close combat battle that began again. I died in this battle, came back to life, and began to relive the same day over and over again. Although I learned Heart of the Beast from Rem each time I came back to life, I still can't watch the tip of the sword that stabs me. Today for sure. This is my 21st time on this same battlefield. I have completely memorized this repeating situation, dodged the spear that comes from my back. Next, an attack from the guy behind me. And another squad's member, Vel. He'll die soon. It worked. Even though I blocked the first arrow, he immediately kicked the bucket. I completed my first goal for today. What's left now? I always end up facing that bastard without fail. He has stabbed my neck and killed me 20 times. This time, I will survive. Since you always close your eyes in dangerous situations, look. If you do this on the battlefield, you'll die immediately. You need to be brave. Don't be easily agitated or taken aback. Become a bastard who doesn't know anything about death. Like a beast. That is the heart of the beast. A beast who doesn't know death. Am I afraid of death? Death makes me stronger. For the first time, today on my 21st try, I dodged his stab for the furs. In this never-ending day, I have been trapped, feeling pain and despairing. Give up and get on the boat. Acknowledge your weak self and be at ease. No, that day will never come, you piece of shit. I saw the tip of his sword with my 2 eyes and dodged it. Squad commander, you woke up immediately today. I am moving forward 1 step at a time. On my 22nd day, I am gonna challenge it again. This was the 33rd time. Encrid could see it clearly now. He thought, if I move fast enough, I'll dodge before his sword reaches me. But he was too fast. During his years as a mercenary, Encrid had taken a few monster subjugation requests. Not out of obligation. He just happened to pass through villages in need. But there was always a deeper reason. A dream. Encrid had always dreamed of becoming a knight. To him, protecting the weak was the noblest duty. And in one village, poor and desperate, they offered him their only reward. A charm. It'll grant what you desperately pray for, they said. At the time, Encrid scoffed at the idea. But now he wondered. Could that simple charm be the reason this day kept repeating? Could it all be happening, just so he could finally become the knight he always dreamed of being? His thoughts were broken by the voice of his enemy. You must be in pain. Here's some mercy. Encrid's anger boiled. Mercy? You enjoy stabbing people. That's not mercy. You're just a pervert. Later that morning, Encrid pulled a prank on Rem. He slipped an insect into his boot. Are you insane? Rem shouted. Encrid just smirked. Stop whining. Come outside and teach me the heart of the beast. Rem stared, surprised. What are you doing? How did your nerves get so thick overnight? Encrid stood firm. I trained, but Rem knew something was off. That's not something you gain so quickly. Encrid stayed silent. He had already relived this moment more than 10 times. The technique Rem spoke of wasn't just something to learn. It was something Encrid had absorbed through death. Let's spare, Encrid said calmly. Rem nodded. Sounds great. Despite learning the heart of the beast, Encrid knew the truth. If he couldn't strike with confidence, he'd still die. Their blades clashed again. Rem yelled, How long are you going to dodge for, squad commander? Encrid's only real weapon was the Valen mercenary sword technique, an unusual style forged by a man named Valen, mocked by some as petty tricks. But for Encrid, it was the most reliable technique he had. Rem observed, Your lower body's still weak. In the next clash, Encrid tried something different. He mimicked the exact motion of his enemy's deadly stab. He died to it more than 10 times. His body now remembered it. Damn, he muttered. That should have drawn blood. Rem raised an eyebrow. That was your best move yet. Encrid absorbed the feedback. So it should go like this, with force. Rem laughed. Yes, your hand should bleed. That's what it needs. But Encrid's real battle wasn't with technique. It was with doubt. He lacked confidence. He always questioned himself. If this attack fails, what do I do next? Rem gave advice only a madman would understand. Shout, you're dead meat now. That'll stop you from losing grip. Oddly enough, it made sense. That was the difference between Encrid's hesitant stab and his enemy's killing strike. His enemy believed in the blade. Encrid didn't. Here's some mercy, the enemy always sneered. But now Encrid changed. He would strike with the intent to kill, not hesitate, not flinch. Day by day he grew, step by step, even if only a quarter of a step at a time. On the 111th day, here's some mercy. On the 123rd day, here's some mercy. Finally, on the 124th day, Encrid struck back, and for the first time, he matched the perverted bastard's stab. Rem looked horrified. Are you insane? Your hands are bleeding. You're laughing like a madman. But Encrid stood tall, blood dripping, blade steady. He wasn't broken. He was becoming something else, a beast who did not fear death, a knight forged in agony and repetition. A little faster. That's all Encrid needed. A touch more speed, murderous intent surging through him. He struck out, but his first stab attempt failed. His blade missed its mark. Still, he didn't blink. He didn't loosen his grip. He wouldn't let go of his sword. Every memory of their countless clashes replayed in his head. Each sword strike, each defeat, every moment burned into his soul. As he looked into the eyes of his enemy, that same cruel smirk appearing once more, Encrid whispered to himself, "Tomorrow, you're going to die." The next morning, Encrid crushed a bug underfoot, a minor thing, but it mattered. "I saw it crawling in earlier," Encrid said casually. Rem looked surprised. Thanks. If you're thankful, then take over my guard shift." Rem blinked. Why is he bossing me around like it's nothing? It was day 125. Encrid moved quickly through the camp. "Hey, Big Eyes," he called out to a fellow soldier. "Get me some shin armor, a shield, and a dagger." The soldier looked confused. "What? Now? I mean, sure. I'll trust you since you're the boss. But you know I don't usually do people favors, right?" Rem, watching from the side, muttered, "Has the squad commander always been this intense?" Jackson scoffed. "You've been dumping your tasks on him for weeks. Of course he's acting different." "What did you just say? You want to taste my axe?" Rem growled. Nearby, a hulking man placed a hand on Encrid's shoulder and said with a smile, "I wish you my blessing, brother." But behind their humor and banter, something felt off. Everyone could sense it. Encrid wasn't acting like himself. Encrid's mind burned with doubts. The pain of each death still lingered deep inside him. What if he never overcame this loop, even after thousands, tens of thousands of attempts? What if escape was impossible? Would he just wake up again to the same day? Or would he finally see tomorrow? He'd grown stronger, there was no doubt, but strength alone wasn't enough. Not for someone like him, not for Encrid. "I have to break through," he thought. "I can't abandon this gift, this blessing. I have to keep going." He was no prodigy, no chosen one, just a man who'd survived through three things: preparation, luck, and a cool head. He remembered them all. Day 46, his left shoulder shattered by a spiked mace. Day 47, he dodged the mace only to have his head crushed by another warrior. Day 71, a low swing cut off his foot, leaving him helpless. Day 89, an axe thrown from afar split his skull open. Each death, each pain, each lesson. One opponent, if left alive, always interrupted his final duel. So now Encrid made sure to take that man out first. Clean, efficient, practiced. He had trained in throwing weapons for this very reason. Then came Vel, right behind him. But there was no time. The sharpshooter, the infamous Claw the Hawk, was already taking position. Encrid focused. This was it. He now stood before the wall, the symbol of all that stopped him. He couldn't just dodge and stab. That wasn't enough. The enemy before him wasn't some monster, but he fought like a prodigy. His movements were sharp, controlled, calculated, but Encrid had something more: real combat experience. He could read every hesitation, every flinch. He used the Valen mercenary sword technique. Unpredictable, brutal, a style scorned by many, but effective. And now he knew everything about that deadly stab. Every angle, every mistake. He mimicked the move perfectly and shattered his enemy's sword. Suddenly, an arrow whistled through the air. The Claw of the Hawk had taken his shot, but Rem, acting on instinct, leapt in with his axe and sliced the arrow midair. "I'm gonna rip that hawk bastard apart," he roared. Jackson held him back. "It's too late. Don't waste your energy." Encrid had already acted. His sword pierced the enemy's throat. "This is mercy," he whispered. With one swift motion, he cut off the enemy's head. Finally, he had broken through the wall. But peace was short-lived. Without warning, a monstrous figure leapt at Encrid. Its skin glistened, its limbs twisted unnaturally. A frog man, powerful, fast, tackled him with terrifying strength. Encrid slammed into the ground hard. Someone screamed in horror. He's a frog!" The battlefield was soaked in blood and heat. A monstrous frog-like warrior loomed over Encrid's unconscious body, its voice filled with venom.
I invested quite a bit in raising this one. I can't believe someone like you defeated him. Die. But before the fatal blow could land, a powerful clash of steel echoed. Rem had arrived. The two warriors collided, magic and muscle locking in deadly rhythm. At the same time, another enemy soldier crept forward, blade drawn, aiming for Encrid's exposed throat. But the steel never struck. Jackson's blade flashed through the air. Clean, precise, final. If you want to cut off our squad commander's head, you need my permission first, said Rem, eyes fixed on the frogman. Squad commander? That weakling's the commander? Not you, the frog sneered. Rem's eyes narrowed. The warrior race. Frogs born to fight. To bring this one down, I'll need to either burn it alive with magic or strike its heart clean. What a hassle. But the frogman was thinking the same. Why is someone like him here in a trivial battlefield? If I want to kill him, I'll have to put my life on the line. The tension snapped as reinforcements arrived. The entire 4th squad surged into the fray. Retreat! Retreat! Screamed the enemies, vanishing into the fog of war. Darkness took over once again. In the space between life and death, the Reaper's voice returned. You managed to survive a day, but that's it. The walls will keep coming, and one day, they'll break you. Your fate is despair. But Encrid did not flinch. Fate? For me, walls are meant to be overcome. I'll be waiting for the day those greedy, ambitious eyes finally lose their light, the Reaper replied. His eyes opened to dim light and muffled sounds. The infirmary tent. Rem's voice greeted him, casually irritated as always. You had no problem sleeping for 2 days straight. I saved you from that frog, remember? Encrid blinked. That frog? Was that really a frog at the end? I survived. Your bones are fine, but your head took a hit. You remember your best friend forever, right? Rem added. I never said we were friends, you noble hunter. Shut up. Just because it's someone else's secret doesn't mean you get to blurt it. Are you someone I have nothing to do with or my best friend? Pick one. Rem said nothing. A new day had begun, one beyond the blood and screams of the last. Kreis appeared with his usual grin. Commander, pay it back. Triple. I was wondering why a regular soldier like me got placed in the infirmary tent. Encrid thought, puzzled. You were nowhere to be seen during the battle, weren't you? Encrid asked him. You, as always, special discount. Just pay double, Kreis replied with a wink. Jackson entered quietly. What is it? Morning and evening. Apply this twice a day. Don't ask where I got it. It was the same ointment Jackson used to guard with his life. Encrid remembered. Jackson hated sharing personal items. Then came Odin, the silent giant, sobbing. Just go. I'm not dead, Encrid said, trying not to choke. Why are they taking shifts? After all this while, are they worried about me? Encrid wondered. Ragnar, blunt as ever, popped his head in. Oh, why are you here in the infirmary, Commander? Of course Ragnar wasn't worried. That wasn't his style. Aside from Encrid, 2 others lay in the tent. One, a platoon commander known to pick fights, and another, a nameless soldier who simply stared into space. He seemed low-ranking. So how did he end up here?
Then she appeared, a fairy female, elegant, commanding. Who's the commander of the 444th squad? Fairy, muttered the platoon leader, Vengeance. Which group are you with? The fairy asked. I'm Vengeance, commander of the 3rd platoon in the 2nd. So your company teaches you to state your race when addressing a superior? My apologies. A superior? So she's the new commander of the 4th company, Encrid realized. I'm Encrid, commander of the 4th squad, 4th company,
4th Platoon. I heard you're leading your difficult squad well. I look forward to your contributions. What? She just came here to say that? Encrid blinked. What's your name? She asked another. Pardon. Krang? Yes, Krang. Did he just make that up? His attitude. Is he a noble? Encrid wondered. That evening, most of the pain had faded. Where are you going? Asked Vengeance. The training area. Idiot, acting tough when you're the lowest ranking soldier. Encrid didn't respond. I need to recall the last battle. It's something I spent a lot of money to learn. If that last attack failed, I'd have died. I can't bet everything on one strike. Krang watched him curiously. You're working hard, hands twitching in the barracks, now spacing out. Grip training, I'm replicating the battle. Why? So I don't get killed. And if you don't get killed, you trying to become something? Encrid hesitated. What I want to become is a knight. It's my first time seeing this. Seeing what? Someone who didn't laugh at me. Krang smiled. Ah, I forgot to say something. I suddenly remembered. I know what I need to do now. If you become a knight, remember my name, friend. He vanished into the night. Is this the first time I've been supported? Encrid wondered. A bard sang outside the tent. Who's the hero of the battlefield? Cypress. Vengeance grumbled. Why aren't the morning rations here yet? They planning to eat it all and feed us scraps? Encrid wandered out for a walk instead of going to the training ground. Squad commander, how are your injuries? Jackson asked. The medicine worked well. Then hurry up and come back. Good night, Encrid, said Krung. You too. You crazy bastards are talking shit, grunted Vengeance. Encrid returned to sleep. Another quiet day. But then it repeated, the bard's voice, the rations delay, the same conversation. It was the same day. The Reaper's word echoed again. Another wall will stop you, so try to survive. While I was asleep, did I die again? No wounds, no blood, just emptiness. I died even more hopelessly than before. But I'm not broken. I'm more determined. But how? A knight, impossible. An assassin? It must be someone among us. Someone who knows this tent, can sneak in without a sound. A fairy's steps, quiet, deadly. Was her visit that day just a reconnaissance mission? He lay waiting. One entrance, one scream would end it. Then pain, a sharp sting, paralysis, a poisoned needle. He couldn't move, couldn't breathe. This is the reason I died without knowing. Then he saw them, Krang, Vengeance, and finally, the assassin, a masked figure, and behind him, the company commander herself.